Base protection in Tarkov sometimes seems pointless, but what if I told you that there's a helmet on the traders that can stop you from dying from a 545 BT shot to the eyes or jaws, even at point blank and even if it penetrates? Hello everyone, it's GigaBeef here, and today we're looking at the Lshz 2DTM and its associated face shield, which is, in short, the only face shield above class 3 that is reasonably accessible and gives you full visibility, outside obviously of the standard visor smudginess. Before we continue, today's video is sponsored by the Ridge wallet. Let me ask you a question. What does your wallet and keychain look like right now? If you're thinking bulky or disorganized, then you might benefit from the Ridge products in the same way that I have. You might remember Ridge from a previous video that I did, and yes, I'm still using the same wallet and I'm using the same key case that I did back then about 6 months ago. Prior to switching to Ridge, I used to have a regular wallet which was fine, but I also used to carry around this enormous set of disorganized keys. The Ridge wallet, on the other hand, holds up to 12 cards in a really satisfyingly secure way and also has cash on the clip right here, which is super strong. There's literally no chance of this falling out. It comes in a ton of cool designs and blocks unsolicited RFID reading as well as an added bonus. One of the best things about the Ridge product is the build quality. The wallet is really light but is so much more robust than a traditional one and is literally the size of a card, so it will fit into your pocket really well. Mine looks good as new after 6 months and there are well over 30 colors and styles, so you can pick the perfect look for you. Same goes for the key case. This holds 2 to 6 keys and my car key goes on a little ring at the back. After reviewing my massive wad of keys, I only needed, 2 of them, and I still feel a bit silly lugging around 13 keys and 4 random barcode tags for years. No more jingling around in pockets or searching for the right key anymore. The Ridge team are so confident that you'll be converted that they have a 99-day test drive period, after which you can get your money back if you don't love it and a lifetime warranty if you do. What's more, you can get the best offer right now at ridge.com/gigaridge to save 10% on your order. So that's ridge.com/gigaridge to join the 50,000 strong 5-star rated proud owners of the Ridge wallet. So the problem with all of the other regular face shields, even high-end ones like the multi-hit or the exfil, is that they are all class 3, which makes them practically useless most of the time when fighting actual players. There is some value against scavs with buckshot and versus raiders on labs as well, because they typically have low-end ammo like Warmageddon, but for PvP these class 3 shields make your screen grubby too, and we're primarily relying on ricochet chance instead to deflect any incoming bullets. Many players have given up wearing them with the introduction of the armoured glasses, the Condors and the Batwolves, because at least these have a clear sightline and give you a ricochet chance too. This is why you see so many high-end players just wearing masks on labs. Bullets with 30 pen and higher are going straight through everything up to class 3 regardless anyway, and these things are normally cheaper than your average face shield as well. On the other end of the scale, the Altyn and the Lshz are still absolutely the kings of the category when combined with their face shields, given the whole thing is class 5, but as we can't buy the base helmets anymore, they're not sustainable to use. The same goes with the Tagilla face cover as well, because it's only found on Tagilla himself. Arguably the strongest helmet that can actually be acquired consistently is the Masker. You can get these from Ragman with the face shield for 4 GP and 2 GP coins respectively, which is class 4 on the helmet and class 6 on the visor. This is great because you're most likely to get shot in the eyes and jaws when fighting players from the front, which makes best use of the class 6, and the other hitboxes of top, nape and ears are all at relatively high angles to incoming shots, increasing the likelihood of getting a ricochet. However, the visibility is severely limited on this helmet to the point of borderline unusability, outside of factory especially. There are only 2 helmets in the game with clear visors rated at class 4, the Vulcan and the Lshz 2DTM. The Vulcan is like an inverse Masker, class 4 at the front and class 6 on the rest, which I'm not a real big fan of, but the more important point these days is you can't buy the base helmet for this either. This leaves us with the 2DTM. Although it's a step down with class 4 all around, it's basically the only helmet we can buy these days that doesn't leave our vision impaired and gives us better than class 3 found elsewhere. By the way, don't confuse it with the ZSH 1-2M, as the face shield on this one is still class 3. The most important part about the class 4 face shield on the 2DTM in fact builds upon the discoveries that we made in another recent video, the inability for certain bullets to headshot through class 4 helmets. This is directly relevant and still works exactly the same way for the eyes and jaws hitboxes too, which are covered by the face shield for this helmet. Pretty cool, right? So the bullets that won't pen class 4 helmets you can tank to the face too. At point blank these are AP 6.3, 9x21 PS, SS190, subsonic FMJ and APSX, as well as 545 PP, BP and BT. Even if they penetrate the shield, there's too much damage lost to deal the 35 required to kill with a headshot. Also, given that we've moved up a whole class of armor, the 50-50 penetration chance point goes from 27 pen on the class 3s to 37 on the class 4s, which is very significant. Sure, it's not going to save save you from a 762 BP to the eye like the Altyn can, but it's the next best thing that still allows you to see. You can get the helmet itself either from Ragman at level 3 at an eye-watering 163,000 rubles, or buy it on the flea market for typically around 70 to 80k. The face shield is also sold on Ragman 4 for 37k and on the flea market for about the same, but the best way to get it is using the Ragman 3 barter. For 3 plexiglass, this is extremely cost effective and often makes it around 20k to buy. The best part about this is that it's fully feasible to bring a spare with you in your bag and swap it out if the visor gets damaged, because it's such a low price and takes up very little space. You can't put it in your secure container, but it's so cheap I don't really mind. Once class 4 takes a hit, it progressively starts to let in all sorts of lower level bullets below 35 pen, so I think it's certainly worth doing if it gets damaged. Along with a cheap anti-glare cover for the 2 DTM, which stops it being so shiny, although I'm not sure this really makes any practical difference, there is another unique feature of this helmet, the Aventail. Although this is another Ragman 4 purchase at 37k, it's almost always cheaper on the flea because it gets so little use, so it's typically about 20 to 25,000, which is probably where Ragman buys it back. The special thing here is that it covers the rare but deadly lower nape hitbox, which can be shot at from the front of your character as well as the back, and this is the only piece of armor in the game that can protect it, and it's class 5 as well. It's up to you if grabbing this is a good idea overall economically, but I usually do when I'm using this helmet because why not? Do be aware though that using the helmet, the visor, and the Aventail will decrease your turn rate by 3% for the helmet, 5% for the visor, and then 15% for the Aventail. This is probably because the extra items got forgotten about when armor and helmets had their stat debuffs decreased recently. This extra 23% does make quite a big difference to your turn rate, so adding 30% to your sensitivity is normally a good idea when using this kit, i.e. I usually have my sensitivity set to 0.5 and I move this up to 0.65 when I play with this helmet. Also, obviously with this one you can't wear a headset, which will affect the amount that you're able to hear. This is the same for all of the bigger helmets with higher than class 3 face shields pretty much without exception, and to counter this I do increase my game volume by about 50%. This doesn't help with the fact that the actual distance that you can hear in-game is reduced however, although there is an interesting thing that you might want to consider doing here, which is using the 3 BTG stim. I haven't tested the specific effects in this current patch of exactly what distance it works over, but what it does do is give you 30 levels of perception for 4 minutes, which is a skill that increases the hearing distance. I am only level 17 perception, which gives a 5% increase in your hearing distance, and using the stim puts this to 47, which is a 14% increase in the hearing distance, so this can be useful with the bigger helmets to counteract some of the sound problems you get by not having a headset on. Perhaps this would be an interesting one to look into at some point to see exactly the effects. 3BTG also gives you some other cool buffs like 30 attention for faster looting, 10 strength, and +1 stamina recovery per second, so it's a pretty valuable stim, although a little short at 4 minutes. So next, let's check out a few raids where I used the Lshz 2 DTM and we'll see how I got on. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Right. Time to kill him. First guy was rough. It was. Yeah, P90 is very good at removing legs. Take our 3BT. That smash is actually in quite a good place. Don't hear anything. Whoa, I freaked out then. Sometimes it could be in the bathroom, I guess. What are these guys? Oh! RNG just wasn't with you? Dude, RNG never seems to be with me. I'm just like screwed on RNG constantly. Don't know if that man's dead or not. We'll see. Oh. Does that sound like Tagilla, maybe? Over here? Was that him over there? Did we hear him? Where is he? Is he underneath? Or is he in the corner? He might just be in the corner. No. Not in Tagilla corner. I wonder if he's underneath then. Hey, we did it, guys. There we go. Pump front key. Of course. Of course. There we go. See this stuff, like when you can hear him, makes a lot of difference. Don't you have him as a mission? Yeah, I do. That's the whole point. Oh my god! No! No, we died to the guys. Oh well, we finished the quest. Finished the quest. What did we get killed by there? Holy hell. We got double headshot. What did we die to? Let's see. PP. PP doing the work, guys. PP doing the work. There's a problem with factory is it's... Oh, that was a... Well, that was just a random scav. Ow. Kinda. Ah, is that upstairs? That sounds like more double barrels to me. We're kind of low on HP now, which is a little tricky. Ah, well, you know what? We should use this, really. Let's CMS, so at least we have a bit more total health. Alright, we'll go upstairs. We might die here, but let's... I don't like coming up this way. I'd honestly rather come up the other stairwell. Oh god. Oh god. I couldn't really click. Oh my goodness. I was like, ah. I'm not sure what the interaction was. I got stuck somehow. We basically got no armor, so. Okay. There we are. Yes, it was Flechette. It was Flechette indeed. There we go. Oh, we killed this guy. This guy at the start was... Okay, there was one. There was one that was a bear. Okay. I missed a tag. So next, go and check out my longer video on which bullets can't pen class 4 helmets, including some at range. Otherwise, as usual, a big shout out to all my patrons. Hit all the buttons if you enjoyed the video, and as always, have fun in your raids.